I've generated over 24 million views on real estate videos, and I can tell you exactly why most real estate videos look the same, feel the same, and get completely ignored. In this video, I'm gonna show you the one thing most creators get wrong in almost every single project and the system that I use to fix it. We're gonna cover the mistake, why it happens, and the exact 6-phase system that I use on every project. And by the end, you'll never start and edit the same way again. See, here's what I used to do. I'd shoot the property, dump my footage in the timeline, and start dragging the clips around. Maybe I'd find a song and throw it underneath. But after that, I'd spend 4 and 5, maybe 6 hours tweaking all the cuts, and the final product at the end, it looks fine. It looks like every other listing video on the internet. Clean, professional, forgettable. And if you're being honest with yourself, your process probably looks pretty similar. Nobody ever taught us a system. We were learning editing by watching tutorials here and there and piecing it all together, trying to figure it out on our own. And so we developed bad habits. And the number one habit that's killing your work is this. You start with the footage. Starting with the footage means the footage is driving every decision. You're reacting to what you shot instead of building towards something intentional. But what if I told you the most important part of your edit has nothing to do with your footage? What if instead I told you that 80% of what makes a video feel premium has nothing to do with your camera, nothing to do with your lens, and nothing to do with your color grade? Let me tell you a story really quick. When I was a kid, my parents and I watched a movie called August Rush. My parents were not emotional people by any means. In fact, I had never even seen them cry growing up. But whatever happened in that movie brought them both to tears. And I still remember that night. I looked up at my dad, tears were streaming down his face, and he turned to me and he said, "Jason, music is the most powerful form of communication on the planet." And that has stuck with me for over 20 years. I think of that line all the time. And the more videos I made across all the industries that I've been a part of, I realized my dad was right. The song really does 80% of the work. And the footage is just the visual layer on top of the emotional foundation that the music has already built. So I flipped my entire editing process. Instead of starting with the footage and finding a song that would fit later, I start with a song and build a video to serve the music. So here's the tip. Pick the song first, play it without any visuals. And if the song makes you feel something on its own, then you have your foundation. If it doesn't, pick a different song. The song is the video and everything else around it is just decoration. And in fact, I challenge you right now, go look at all the creators you look up to. Go look at all the videos that you love, all the videos that inspire you, and all the videos that you want to create, and I guarantee you the song is either catchy, exciting, moving, motivating, and above all, it's memorable. And this isn't just my opinion, there's actual research that backs this up. Your brain processes sound 80 milliseconds faster than it processes visual information. This is primitive wiring in our brains. Sounds wire you to anticipate what's coming. That means the first impression of your video is the song. It's not the shot, it's not the color grade. The music hits the brain before the viewer has even registered what they're looking at. And there's a study out of Nature Neuroscience that shows that music releases dopamine, the feel-good chemical. The emotion fires before the rational mind catches up. So when you pick the right song, you're literally programming an emotional response in the viewer before the first frame even appears. And here's the part that really blew my mind. Songwriters introduce a new sonic element every 4 bars. Every 4 bars. That is not an accident. That's the exact interval the human brain needs to stay engaged before it gets bored. If you made it this far in the video, by the way, comment bars. When you edit to a song that does this, you're borrowing a built-in retention engine that professional songwriters have spent years developing. Think about it this way. Songs are 3 minutes long and people listen to them all day long, all the way through. But your videos are 60 seconds long and people scroll away in less than 3. What's the difference? The song is engineered to keep their brain leaning forward, anticipating what comes next, chasing that next release. And when you build your edit on that song's structure, you borrow that forward lean. Look, you know just as well as I do that nobody wants to watch a $12 million house tour to elevator music. The music is not meant to just be in the background. It's actually the opposite. It's the engine. See, you've got a 4K camera, the gimbal, the drone, you've got all the top of the line stuff. You've got the equivalent of a Formula One car, but the engine, the thing that actually makes it move, is boring, it's slow, and it's lifeless. But wait. Jason, I make slow cinematic videos. I make documentary films. I make this. Listen, I'm not saying you have to make upbeat, fast-paced, crazy music every single time. I'm saying you have to pick music that drives emotion. Music is what makes your video come alive. When you start with a song, every creative decision gets easier after that. The pacing is built into the rhythm. The energy is built into the arrangement. The emotional arc is already there. You're not guessing where to cut. The music is telling you. So, what is my system? I use the same 6-phase system on every single video. It doesn't matter if it's a $300,000 starter home or a $15 million luxury listing. It's the same system, same order of operations every time. Here are those 6 phases. Phase 1, music. Pick your song first. Phase 2, skeleton. Build your radio edit. Phase 3, build. Now you place your footage on the skeleton. Phase 4, sound design. This is the invisible layer that nobody sees, but everyone feels. Phase 5, color. That's your signature look. And finally, phase 6, polish. That's your captions, your motion blur, your effects. That's the whole system. Now, let me break down the ones that actually matter the most. This is where the moments of impact framework kicks in. Your most heroic, wide reveal shots hit at the biggest audio moments. The biggest visual moment matches the biggest musical moment. And when those two things align, the viewer feels it in their chest. And at every transition point, I try and stack 3 layers. A low end whoosh for movement, a subtle bass hit at the exact cut point, and a riser that builds tension leading into it. See, one sound effect is cool, it's a sound effect, but 3 stacked together, that's an actual feeling. Before I had this system, my edits took between 8 to 10 hours, and they look like everybody else's work. But after I built this system, my edits take 3 to 4 hours, and agents start reaching out to me because the work looks so much different than everyone and everything else in my market. Last year, I shot a beautiful home in Bel Air. I spent nearly 4 hours just on the music and sound design. And I knew that video was gonna be a banger before I ever put a clip on the timeline, because I picked the song that conveyed the emotion that I wanted first. And then I built the video around it. And that video ended up being my first ever 100,000 view video. See, the footage was good and the house looked great, but the footage isn't what got 100,000 views. The feeling is what got 100,000 views. And the feeling came from the song. So here's the rule. Next time you sit down to edit, do not open your footage first. Instead, open your music library. Find a song that makes you feel something. Play it with your eyes closed. And if you can see the video in your head while the song plays, then you know you've found it. This one change will do more for the quality of your work than any new lens, any new camera, and any LUT pack you could ever buy. If you want to go deeper on this, I've got a free community called the TSC community. It's where I'll be hanging out with other real estate media creators like you, sharing stuff like this, answering questions. And if you've got any value from this video at all, feel free to come join us. The link is in the description. And with that, stop starting with the footage and instead start with the feeling. I'll see you in the next one.